I moved to Lockleaze in 1953. It was quite a new estate actually. I know a lot of people have said, oh, Lockleaze, but it didn't feel like that. I think in the beginning it was mainly people not affording bus fares and getting to certain places or appointments to the doctors and certain things like that. It became obvious that there was people who wanted more advice, people who just didn't have enough money and they should have been on benefits actually. And that's when we realised, I think, and wanted to set up the Advice Centre as it is now.
It was a very small advice team. I think there were 2 part-time paid advice workers. And a lot of the issues that were coming through aren't very different to what we see today. People would come in with their forms to be filled in because they were too complex. They would also ask questions about where they could access other services. So we very quickly built up a good local information point. So I remember sitting back to back with Linda, and whenever I wanted to move, I literally had to say to Linda, can you pull your chair in, because there just wasn't enough space. And we had an old rope ladder, which was our fire escape, so which would hook onto an old radiator, which wouldn't have stayed on the wall had we had a fire. But the main reason was we had to interview disabled clients at the bottom of the stairs outside the gents' toilet, or in their own car, which obviously wasn't acceptable. And as the demand for our service grew, we needed a better place and somewhere a bit more dignified and pleasant for our clients to sit.
From my experience, you've really got to target and know about your area, know about your different communities. You've got to be very specific and look at what the needs are. So with North Bristol Advice, I quite often ask the question about, well, are we reaching out to all the communities? What are the communities? You know, are we sure that they are accessing our services? Are they happy with our services?
And I think it's quite sad that actually agencies and bureaucracies will start to talk to a professional person in a different way than they will to the client, because clients would come in and say, I've tried to speak to them on the phone, they won't listen to me, they won't explain what's going on, and when we've intervened you get a different response. The advice workers were telling us that they had a lot of older people coming in who they were able to help with their initial inquiries, but they were raising other sorts of issues. So it could have been that their garden needed cutting, or they were lonely, they were sad, they needed help on acting on the advice in perhaps more detail than the advice workers had the time to do.
We offer up to 6 home visits where we can help people with things like household budgeting, finding the best energy or utility deals, and advising people on social activities in the area. We also run basic skills IT courses, and they run throughout the year. Monthly social activities as well as trips, and we have a fortnightly shopping club where we pick people up from their doors, take them to the local supermarket where they can do their weekly food shop and socialise with other people as well.
There wasn't anything that offered an actual training venue with all the equipment and that goes with it, and we actually thought, well, there was a need there, and that was where it originated from.
The local school had been working with UWE and Hewlett-Packard, and we were invited along as an interested partner. And from there, that partnership has really grown and strengthened. And with the support of Hewlett-Packard, we have been able to fully equip the Langley Centre. So now we run IT drop-in sessions for people to be able to come in and use the computers to help find employment or to find better deals. And we've got a fantastic team of volunteers who support them with that, because a lot of people aren't IT confident and they do need a lot of support. we deal with the emergency situation. So someone will come in, whether they're in debt or whether they've had their benefit refused. We also want to be able to help move them on to a position where they're more confident to deal with issues in the future, and also to help them take the next step. Buzz is going to have an employability project which is going to help people and support people one-to-one back into work. We are going to be opening a fruit and veg cafe smoothie bar downstairs, which will be a community focus for people to come in. And we're also going to have a hub upstairs, a business hub, where we can support people into their own social enterprise.
It's just being part of something that you know is benefiting other people, and it's just being able to see other people and seeing the change in some of them, and I think that really is, you know, it's well worth the time and effort that's put in, I think.